Here's a tip. If you have a YouTube channel and you got dogs, keep treats. Take nice. Good girl. Take nice. Good boy. Problem solved. Alright, finally. So, welcome to Hell Back, everybody. Now that I got the dogs out of my way for the most part, let's get into this shit. So, at this point, we can all agree that doing a response video to Riley Dennis is basically beating a dead horse. But every now and then, she comes out with something totally stupid, and it just warrants a response. Because it goes, like, for example, this one honestly just goes against everything I believe in as far as free speech goes. Anyway, I figured instead of going at this one alone, I would get a little bit of help. So, I recruited somebody that's been wanting to get into response videos, BrownieWifOpns. I bet she's gonna love the torture that comes with this job.
Hey everybody, so if you don't know, I've gotten a lot of harassment and abuse because of my YouTube channel, and YouTube itself has done nothing to try and prevent that.
It's the internet, dumbass. That's gonna happen with fucking everybody. I got harassment, you're gonna get harassment, Brownie's gonna get harassment, everybody gets harassment. People suck. It's the internet. Get over it.
This is still where my main audience is, and it's where I've made a lot of friends, but it's also been the source of a lot of bad stuff for me. So obviously, I want YouTube to be better.
I have a feeling that our definitions of better are gonna be way off.
I don't think they can completely eliminate harassment and abuse, but I think they can greatly reduce it without affecting anyone's freedom of speech.
Keep that phrase in mind.
Without affecting anyone's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Because that phrase is very important to this entire video.
Because right now, YouTube has a problem. It's become a breeding ground for far-right response channels that literally just make videos in response to other people's content.
So when someone disagrees with something, they should just sit there quietly. Maybe this is a dramatic argument, but Émile Zola wrote J'accuse in response to the unlawful jailing of Alfred Dreyfus. Some people might like this one. The Communist Manifesto was written in response to seeing the poverty in Soviet Russia. Le Deuxième Sexe was written in response to the treatment of women throughout history.
It's a really good way to get views by leeching off of other people's work and getting your audience super mad about it. YouTube, whether intentionally or not, has allowed this community to flourish for a long time.
That's part of freedom of speech, you fucking loon!
Their algorithms and ways of promoting videos have bolstered these channels without providing any protections for the channels they're attacking.
That's because it's freedom of speech! We are allowed to make response videos. It is protected under the law. The disclaimer I put in front of my damn videos is a part of that law.
And I think that needs to change. Otherwise, YouTube is going to be overrun by hateful response channels, and they'll scare away all the marginalized people who used to find solace in this platform.
Do you realize that you're not the marginalized party on YouTube? The marginalized are the people who know what the dictionary definition of racism is, and they conduct themselves within society as such. They're people who want everyone, including you, to have a platform regardless of what type of views or beliefs they have. Channels like that get reported and taken down all the time. Yes, they use large amounts of satire and they say things for shock value, but it's all for entertainment purposes, and everyone who watches them understands that.
And to even add to her point, I will defend to the death your right to speak. Your right to make YouTube videos, your right to speak on Twitter. I will never ask for you to be deplatformed on any of those platforms. Hell, I even reached out to you on Twitter and in a comment on one of your YouTube videos saying that I am willing to have a conversation with you to civilly discuss things that we disagree with. That conversation is still open. All you have to do is reach out to me on Twitter and I will have that conversation with you.
So, to help YouTube figure this out, I thought I would outline some actionable steps that they can take to protect creators and give them more control over their experience on YouTube. To be completely honest, I would be happy to see all of these harassment-based hate-mongering channels get banned completely.
So wait, you do want to silence people that you subjectively think are hate-mongering and have the wrong opinions.
But unfortunately, I think that's unrealistic.
Duh.
So these steps are things that don't silence them or prevent them from making their videos. All it does is try to protect the creators that they're targeting. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Most of these are going to revolve around the block function on YouTube. Currently, YouTuber A can block YouTuber B, but all that does is prevent B from commenting on A's video.
So not only do you think that people shouldn't comment on other people's videos, people shouldn't even share opposing ideas or viewpoints. Do you even realize that if that were the case, segregation wouldn't be over, the Berlin Wall would still be up, and no one would know about the Gulag system?
It doesn't do anything else, and I think it can do a lot more. On other social media sites, blocking has a ton more functionality, so I'm not asking for anything that's really out there. I'm just asking for YouTube to be a little bit more like other social media networks. And at its base, YouTube basically is a video-based social network. You follow people, you have your own profile, you comment on people's stuff, etc., etc. YouTube has even recently made the community tab open for everyone, which is supposed to be a place for people to share photos and status updates. And that's because they want people to use YouTube like a social network. They want to keep you on the site instead of you leaving to share stuff on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. They want to be the place where you're sharing content and engaging with it, instead of some other social network. Even if it sometimes acts like it wants to be a Netflix or a Hulu competitor, it's much more like a social network. And because of that, its blocking function should behave more like that of any other social network. Which leads me to my first point. If YouTuber A blocks YouTuber B, B's videos should not appear in the suggested videos section next to YouTuber A's videos. The suggested videos section is often just called the sidebar. So let me explain how this would work. Currently, if YouTuber B makes a response to YouTuber A, that sends traffic from B's video to A's video. YouTube sees this traffic and thinks, oh wow, these videos are related. If someone sees one of them, they'll want to see the other. So it starts recommending B's video next to A's video. And it doesn't matter if A blocks B, that will still happen. What I'm saying is that it shouldn't.
Okay, let's simplify this for people that are as dumb as me and it took like 5 tries to figure out what the fuck she was just talking about. So, I am currently making a response video to Riley. So, if the people that watch this video go over to Riley's video, the sidebar will start recommending Riley's video next to my video, and it'll start recommending my video next to her video. And she wants this to stop, because she doesn't realize that her video will also be recommended next to my video. But it also has to do with tags. For example, if I type in Riley Dennis to YouTube, the first couple videos I get are going to be Riley's latest videos. Then like 3 or 4 videos down, I'm going to start seeing Magog meets Riley Dennis. I'm going to see an Undoomed response to Riley Dennis. I might even see one of my own responses to Riley Dennis. That's how the tags work.
YouTuber A should have control over all of their pages. That includes their channel page, but also all of their watch pages. Right now, YouTuber A has complete control over the video, the description, the comments, but not the suggested videos. Why not?
Because YouTube isn't controlled by the creators, it's controlled by the viewers. Not everyone in the world wants to live in an echo chamber. There are plenty of people who are researching through various viewpoints on a subject and will decide where on the subject they lie after their research. Why is your viewpoint the only right one?
YouTuber A's viewers have to see videos in the sidebar every time they watch one of their videos. It's a part of the user experience, and having the sidebar filled to the brim with hateful content, insulting, and dehumanizing YouTuber A is off-putting. In fact, I get messages from people all the time asking me if I can do something about the videos in the sidebar because it's hurtful to them to constantly see that. I wish I could give them a better response.
Yeah, well, your fans are a bunch of pussies.
YouTube should give creators control over their own watch pages. If you block a YouTuber, their videos should not appear in the sidebar next to any of your videos. It's that simple.
Block everything, block everyone, just make it the Riley Dennis tube. Seriously, if that's the experience you want, don't use YouTube. Make your own website. What the hell makes you so special that only your content should appear?
As a kind of add-on to that one, there's another annoying thing that happens with B's video being linked in the algorithm to A's video. Let's say you're a viewer and you watch YouTuber A's video. You ignore the sidebar and leave the app and everything is fine. Then you come back a little while later and on the home screen you have a bunch of videos recommended to you. Currently, it's super likely that you'll be recommended YouTuber B's videos because you watched A's video. The association that it creates in the algorithm follows the user afterwards to continue recommending them hateful content that they actively try to avoid.
Remember that thing about ignoring the sidebar? Do that with the recommended videos too. Just ignore them. You don't want to watch them, you don't have to watch them. And if you're going to get that triggered over seeing the recommended videos just existing, stay off the internet.
That's the opposite of a friendly user experience. So in addition to blocking videos in the sidebar, you should be able to block videos from being recommended to your viewers as a result of them watching your video.
Now you've gone past yourself, because what you're suggesting isn't having control over your own channel. You should have control over whomever it is you're blocking's channel as well.
Yeah. Basically, there needs to be something in the algorithm that works with the block function to say, A has blocked B, therefore stop associating any of A's videos with B anywhere in the system, whether that's suggested videos or recommended videos or anywhere else.
Don't you realize that what you're saying is going to hurt you too? You look at the world through this tiny lens of people only think the way I do. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe the viewer finds B's video and dislikes it completely? So they see in the sidebar A's original video and they watch and agree? Yeah, what about those people? You're so on the offensive that you don't even consider people who might agree with you. That's like saying only people who agree with me can read my book, view my art, or listen to my music.
Also, if you block someone, they shouldn't show up in your related channels section. This is a spot in the lower right corner of your channel that just recommends channels YouTube thinks are similar to yours. But I'm sure you can see how that can be abused. If someone is targeted by like 5 different harassers, their own channel could then be promoting those same harassers.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
You can turn this feature off, but then it prevents you from showing up in other people's related channels section. The block function should be included in the algorithm for this too. So it knows that YouTuber A has blocked YouTuber B, therefore B can't show up in A's related channel.
So you are not allowed to look at, comment, react to, smell, be mildly offended by, or disagree with another user.
And for all the stuff that we've talked about so far, I think those should go both ways. As in, if YouTuber A blocks YouTuber B, then A's videos should not be shown in the sidebar next to B's videos. A's videos should not later be recommended to B's viewers, and A shouldn't appear in B's related channels section. I think this could help stop some of the dogpiling that is inherent in response channels, because it makes it a little harder for B's viewers to find A's channel.
Okay, see, here's the problem with your logic. Everybody knows who you are. So let's say somebody came to my channel and saw me responding to this video and they wanted to go to your channel. They could just type your name into the search bar and your channel is going to come up.
Also, when you block someone, that should prevent them from subscribing to you or liking or disliking your videos. On all other social networks, when you block someone, it blocks every way that you two could interact. They can't like your tweets or follow you or anything like that. Weirdly, that's not the case on YouTube. So even though YouTuber A has blocked YouTuber B, B can still be subscribed to A, still get a notification every time A uploads, and still be able to thumbs down every single one of A's videos.
Okay, this is kind of a hard point because I don't totally disagree with the fact that if you block somebody, it should block all interaction with the channel. The problem I have with this statement is the fact that Riley is under the impression that it will stop the ability for people to make response videos to her channel. It won't.
There also needs to be 2 different one-click options for blocking someone who has commented on your channel. The first should block them, remove their comment from your channel, and store the comment in a comments from banned users section that's tucked away in the creator studio. The second option should block them and completely delete their comment from your channel. I think there should be 2 options because a lot of people are going to want some sort of archive for the hateful comments they've received, while others are going to want to get rid of them completely.
Why? So you can keep a library of mean things people have said? You want to make it into a shirt and tell people how mean the internet is? Have a backbone. If you believe that you're right about something, you should have no problem disagreeing with somebody and wanting to debate.
But as it is right now, blocking someone on YouTube is like a 5-click process at the minimum.
Oh no! Poor Riley has to work to block people!
It's a tedious and time-consuming process that makes it impossible to do at any sort of large scale.
Are you like a relative of Steve Shives or something?
I love me some chicks with dicks.
You what?
Love me some chicks with dicks.
You love you some what?
Chicks with dicks.
You love you some chicks with what?
Dicks.
Also, YouTube should give users a way to only see comments from people they've subscribed to.
Why would there even be a comment or like feature on Facebook if they didn't want you to have discussions and debates? The point of social networking and social media is to talk to a wide range of people that you might not be able to interact with without the internet. You're telling me that thousands of people you may interact with should think exactly like you?
I think YouTube could also just do away with the dislike button entirely. YouTube is one of the few social media networks that has a dislike button. Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram all just have likes and comments, no dislikes. Facebook has 5 different emotion reactions, but none of them is strictly a dislike. Obviously, some sites like Reddit have a downvote, but I don't think Reddit is the site you want to be emulating, considering it's the home base for a lot of the horrible people on the internet who target YouTube creators in the first place. If your video gets shared on the wrong subreddit, you're screwed. So I think YouTube should just do away with it. People can express their dislike through comments if they want.
Buddy, you just said that if you block someone, they can't comment on your video. Who else are you going to be blocking except people who disagree with you even a little?
I got nothing. I got literally nothing.
But right now, it's really easy for people to abuse the thumbs down button and send thousands of their followers to go dislike someone else's video.
Literally every single response video maker that I follow has told their audience, do not harass the person that I'm making a response video to. It's also in our disclaimers before the video even starts. Hell, Magog of Morscar made a video before Christmas responding to YouTuber CallmeLaddie. When Magog went over to Laddie's original video, and saw that a bunch of his fans had gone over there to talk shit to Laddie, he left a comment shaming all of his fans that went over there just to talk shit, and even instructed Laddie to go ahead and pin the comment so that any more of his fans that came over to talk shit would see it and hopefully stop. We don't condone harassment. We're not responsible for what our fans do, but we don't approve of them going over to other people's videos just to be assholes.
Yeah, some people even have bots that mass dislike videos for them.
Yes, and everyone agrees that those people suck.
Speaking of dogpiling, another feature YouTube could add is that when they see a ton of traffic going from one video to another, that should set off a red flag for that video to be reviewed for breaking YouTube's community guidelines, which specifically forbid harassment and cyberbullying. Also, I'm not saying the video should automatically be taken down, just that it should be flagged for review and that a human should go review that video and ensure that it doesn't include harassment, bullying, or hate speech against a protected group.
Do you know how miserable of a process that would be for every creator on YouTube? Including you. You have done collaboration videos before. So, for example, if people were going from one of your recent videos to see your girlfriend's channel, that would have gotten your video flagged and sent to manual review. Which means it could have been down for 2 or 3 days while they manually reviewed the stupid thing. Same thing could happen to me after I post this video when traffic comes from this video and goes over to Brownie's channel to check out her content. It's gonna get my video flagged just because people are moving from one video to the other. This is fucking stupid.
Related to that, YouTube's community guidelines and its policy on hate speech are surprisingly strongly worded. I say surprisingly because, in my experience, they're not enforced to anywhere near as tough as the language in their guidelines suggests they should be.
Actually, no. They're enforced, a lot of times unjustly, and you're only pissed about it because they're not flagging the videos that you think need to be flagged.
Despite this, I've seen videos calling trans people awful slurs that haven't been taken down. People are regularly targeted for their gender or sexual orientation or religion or race, and YouTube doesn't seem to do anything about it.
Okay, number one, quit being such a pussy and acting like mommy YouTube has to take away all the meanies for you. And also, free speech has a downside. Those people you're claiming are making anti-trans slurs and don't like trans people, I'm sorry, but they have the right to speak their opinions too. That's what freedom of speech is. They have the right to speak. You don't have the right to not be offended.
I'm just suggesting that they get stricter on that and actually live up to what their community guidelines say they should be doing. Also, I want to point out that misgendering trans people should 100% be considered inciting hatred against them on the basis of their gender.
Nope. As much as you don't like it, still freedom of speech.
That's not okay, and it's not something that YouTube should allow to continue. At the very least, YouTube shouldn't be monetizing hateful response videos. After all, their advertiser-friendly policy seems to be enforced much more strictly than their community guidelines. Still, I personally don't think that demonetizing hateful content goes far enough.
Fuck you, Riley. This is a new low. Nobody on our side would advocate for you to get demonetized just because your opinions are shitty. You're advocating for censorship. You can't actually censor us because we have the First Amendment right to do what we do. So you want YouTube to do whatever it can to make sure that we don't get to speak. Because you're too much of a little bitch to actually counter our opinions and prove us wrong. We can easily debunk your arguments because all of your opinions are shit. You have no backing for them. You're too much of a wuss to actually get up and debate somebody. You're just pissed off because you don't get to spew your bullshit unopposed. That's all you want.
And that is all the suggestions that I have for YouTube right now.
Well, thank God, because your horseshit opinions are actually making me angry while I try to work on this damn video.
I don't know if any of this will ever be implemented. Probably not.
Well, at least you know that YouTube won't even implement any of the things that you're saying, so that's good.
But I wanted to at least put it out there in the hopes that maybe someone from YouTube would see it and try to do something to fix this mess. I'm also really looking forward to all the harassment I'm gonna get for this video, as everyone claims that I'm an evil SJW who just wants to silence everybody. It's hilarious, the caricature of me that these people have in their head.
I don't know why you find it so hilarious. This video literally proves us right.
These are all really reasonable suggestions. Nothing I've put forward in this video violates anyone's right to free speech. You're fine. But marginalized people are being chased off of YouTube, and viewers are having a bad experience.
I'm a minority channel and I don't really feel harassed. Who are you fighting for exactly?
YouTube needs to do something. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep making videos.
Good. Please do. No one wants you to stop. Make your videos. But just know that stopping someone else and stopping people from commenting, disliking, or giving you any criticism is definitely silencing someone. You can hide your head in the sand for as long as you want, but if we ever lived in a world where opposing opinions were never given any attention, your right to openly be trans would never have existed. Take a look at the East, and let me know if that's a world you want to live in.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway, I would like to thank BrownieWifOpns for helping me out with this video because it made me so angry that I don't think I could have taken it on my own. If you haven't checked out her content, please do. Her link will be in the description. And if you're just now discovering my channel, please head on over to my channel and subscribe. I sit in this truck and talk shit every week, and I have fun doing it. But until next time, catch y'all later.